Welcome to Christian Statesman. I'm your host, Zach Wagner, and this is episode 36, The Historic Race Against Time. At the time of this broadcast, we may be entering one of the most historic times in American history. History has a funny precedent for hindsight. We seem to elevate past heroes while having a difficult time recognizing the champions of just causes in real time. The Bible itself is a great example, as the people spoken of and who recorded the New Testament lived in a time when their dead prophets were revered, but when the very Son of God walking among them, all but a very few were able to recognize. And so we see the same idea with the unfolding events surrounding the Trump-Biden conundrum. On the one hand, we have the old guard cretins such as Nancy Pelosi determined to remove Trump by Article 25 or by impeachment. And all of this for a man who, according to all official accounts, only has 9 days left in office. Quite a display, don't you think? Let's put aside for a moment what Pelosi's actions, if followed through, would do to the already fragile structure of our political parties. While the radical leftist base of the Democrats might be pleased, the middle-of-the-road moderate Democrats might think it was a waste of time. And if any Republicans supported such efforts, it would devastate the party for an entire generation. In other words, chasing after Trump's ghost for a bit of political I told you so, only to shatter any remaining credibility in Congress, seems like a stupid gamble at best. So might there be any other reasons? There are rumblings, yet unconfirmed, in the independent media that President Trump has signed the Insurrection Act of 1807. Many of his surrogates, such as MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, claim they have all the evidence needed to expose the election fraud perpetrated in November and bring those responsible to account. That is a bold statement by the head of a thriving company that would immediately alienate half of his customer base for merely mentioning such hyperbole. But is it hyperbole? Or is there something going on behind the scenes that have Pelosi and others of the corrupt elite quaking in their boots? Time will tell. And if there is such an avenue available, it would have to be historic. We have only unprecedented solutions left. All civilian avenues to adjudicate any election fraud have been exhausted. Despite significant evidence of irregularities, no court agreed to examine the cases put before them. While some state legislatures raised concerns, they were quickly silenced in their state judiciaries. The Supreme Court itself punted. When the elector votes got to Congress, there were numerous objections, but they were quickly overruled. What options are left on the table? Frankly, the only option would be a military interdiction, and this would be a traumatic, messy, and widely misunderstood application of legal power, even if it might be the only and best option to get the facts on the table. Speaking with a fellow professor, one who specializes in the political aspects of entrepreneurship, he winces at the suggestion of such action. It does not take a lurid imagination to calculate the fallout of such undertakings. But as difficult as such an idea might be, the consequences of not taking such action might be even worse. The prospect of living under a fraudulently appointed administration hell-bent on removing the last vestiges of constitutional liberties seems even worse. Do not believe Biden and Harris would be so overbearing? Look at all the media censorship already underway. The blueprints for an oppressive, one-party, one-official message-only society are being laid before our very eyes. Thus, this week becomes a pivotal point in time and in history. Will there be an historic confrontation, a clash of ideologies, a movement to free America from the inevitable hope and change that is actually designed to weaken and destroy the country? Time will tell, but one thing is for sure. We need to pray fervently that modern heroes, prophets of constitutional principles and liberties, carry the day. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you will return again to listen to Christian Statesman. Subscribe, tell your friends, and as always, have a blessed day.